Okay, so hello everyone. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing great. And yeah, I have taken the mock interview with everyone. I will share the result separately and personally to you all. So please have a look in that. It's a very serious matter that we already spent around 1.5 months, and I feel like we are lagging and we can do much more better. But yeah, it's fine. That's what the mock interviews are there. Here if you are getting failed, that's fine, but in interview you should not get be failed, because an interview, like, you are going with many responsibilities, right? You are going with your responsibility, you are going with like my responsibility, you are going with many your parents responsibility. So please take care of all those things, whatever things I think I didn't ask anything apart from the course, whatever I should ask. So I was not getting the confident while speaking with you all. Like, frankly, I'm saying few of them are spoke very well, but yeah, still the lack of confidence I can see. So whenever you are going for interview, so in interview it's not like that you are going for the exam, like paper exam, MBA, MCA, BBA, BTech, whatever things you are doing. So you cannot make yourself on a dummy face that you just learned and you came here. You have to build the confidence that way, so that people can understand that you have this. Hey, hi Srinivas. Hi, good morning. So yeah, I was just discussing about the last conversations and last like what are the things we have been done at the as a mock interview. So yeah, I think everyone done well. I cannot say like you did your best, but you could have done much better. So that I can say. And also I was talking about the few observations point, whatever I have been observed with your discussions. Like, you guys knows the things, but the thing is that you are not confident in that. Like, while speaking the things, you should show your experience, you should show the confidence in that. Like, it's not like that you just learned and you came here. Okay, so it's fine in front of me if you're speaking like this, is okay. But the thing is that from here only you are going to start for giving the interview, right? So you have to be confident. If something you know well, then speak confidently. It's nothing like that you are going to demoralize someone, right? So it's all about your career, it's all about your professional and personal life. So if see, for me, it's a communication skills is only important here. So think much better. Like, if you while going for interview, then you should be whatever things you know, make it clear notes, like, okay, this is the concept. If we'll do this thing, this will happen. If nothing is going to be happen, then it's also fine. Okay, it's happened, that's fine. Okay, and something if you don't know, then don't make a try. Just tell, okay, I just forgot this. It's got to skip over my mind. It's not like that. It's too much of tough, then obviously I can see, and I can make it better from the next time onwards. So this way you can speak in front of interview, and it will be more emphasized. And overall it was good. And next point, I just observed, I just recall the things. I think I didn't ask anything apart from the course, apart from the syllabus. Like, if someone is feeling that it's going uh it got asked something like which I haven't taught, then feel free to let me know. I am happy to address those things. Okay, does it make sense? Anything else? Any feedback for me? Okay, sounds good. So we were at day 9.
Sir,
Yeah.
after a few days also take mock
Yeah,
test.
yeah.
So that
That's a plan. Actually, we are going to end up the Python class now in the coming 1 or 2 week. It will get finished. So one fresh interview I'm gonna take with whole Python. So in this interview, I couldn't ask like with the class and object things. Okay. So oops concept was not there in that interview. So once this oops concept will get finished, then again I will start one mock interview 1-to-1, and this time someone else will take. Okay, so I'll give the opportunity to someone else. So the thing is that, like, if I am teaching and I'm gonna ask the things, I will ask the things whatever I taught. Like, if someone else is going to ask, then means if he doesn't know what I have taught, so you will might get some different questions. See, thing is that, to be honest, I'm saying, like, it is 100% sure that whatever I taught, 100% question will not come in that domain. But at least I made you mature, that much of mature that you can give the answer if something is coming out of the box. Does it make sense? Okay.
Yes, sir.
So in the last class, whatever I taught, it's all about open with Google Collaborate. Is it my screen is visible? Yeah. Okay. In last class, I was discussing about the class and object. Okay. So any doubt in the class and object, guys? What is class? What is okay? Let's discuss. Let's have a one-to-one once again. What is class? So I'll
So
quick.
class-
Yeah, please, go ahead.
Wait,
Siddharth.
sorry, मुझे लगा question.
No, please, go ahead. That's fine.
So class is the blueprint of the object.
Yeah.
And it does not act. What we say, occupy an actual space
Yes.
in the memory.
Okay. Nice. And what is object then?
Object, it is a
Object is a
real time.
Please go ahead.
Real time entity which जो एक actual space को actually में लेता है.
Okay. So
I'll speak in English.
yeah, so like object is nothing but it's a real-time entity which having states and behavior. Okay, so what I can say, if I will talk about in the sense layman term, class and object, I have found very good notes. So yes, this diagram. Can you see this? These are the object. So bench, sonata, this kind of object it is. And what is the class? It is falling under the class of car. Okay, so car is the one class, and inside of car class, these are the different type of cars are there. So different type of cars is really existing, but car is just a class, right? It's inside of that there are multiple things is coming. So that's what class is not occupying any kind of space. Object, whatever object is associated with that class, that is really occupying some space in the memory. Does it make sense? So feel free use this screenshot, and okay, I can use that screenshot. Wait, copy image, I can post it here. Oh, okay, fine. So this I think class and object we understood, and we also discussed about the what is the constructor. Okay, I want to ask with Sasang. Sasang, can you please go ahead with the constructor? You can unmute. You can mute yourself and you can speak because you are sitting in front of me.
So,
Okay. You can mute yourself. Just mute yourself. No. See, in front of you all, we can see these things, right? Just a minute. Just. I'm so sorry, okay, see, here itself we can see like the lack of confidence. In front of you only everything is open, but still your confidence is lack. Okay, so I want to build this kind of confidence. It's not any issue, it's a challenge. First thing is that just take it that you are it's not like that you are lagging behind of the things whatever I want to teach you. It's not like that. It's just you don't have the confidence to speak something. Okay, so you means like I think you haven't worked on the like public speaking platform. You have not given any kind of speaking over the public platform? That might be the reason. And also, see, I feel like why you are thinking that everyone knows much better than you. Like just think that everyone is at the same platform and then speak, right? If it is wrong, that is okay, that's fine, it's considerable. But the thing is here, like you should speak, okay? And whatever things you know, see, one time you will make a mistake, second time also you will do a mistake, 10 times you will do a mistake. It's considerable. You can make a mistake in front of me 1,000 times. I can consider, but I cannot consider a single mistake in front of interview. So that's the one thing which I'm expecting, right? So now speak that what is a constructor? Just speak that. That's all. Just see on the screen and speak out. Mhm. And what is the instance variable? Okay, guys, on the audience, what is instance variable?
Sir, it is defined inside the class and outside the method.
Okay, why it known as the instance variable?
Since it is object level variable.
No, it's not object level variable. It's wrong. The definition is wrong. Why it is called as instance variable?
Because it is accessible through.
No. Instant preparation, like bring a Maggie and in 2 minutes instantly prepared. Instantly, just think about that word and make the understanding. Instance variable. What is instance variable now? So instance, why it is called as the instance variable? Because the initialization of this object, this variables is getting initialized while creation object. Once the object scope has been done, the variable scope is also got down. So that's what it known as the instance variable. Does it make sense? Right? So like in Maggie also, like just think about the in Maggie, like you are bringing the Maggie in 2 minutes, you are preparing, eating, done. Instance variable. That's an instance item. Instant prepared. Does it make sense?
Simple word में लिखना हो तो हम उसे बोल सकते हैं gets prepared within an instance, or how do we say that?
Sorry.
If someone asks what is an instance variable,
Okay.
तो हम उसे English में कैसे बोलें
Okay.
कि हम
Like-
यहाँ पे Maggie नहीं बोल सकते ना?
Yeah. Okay. I'm just giving the example to make you understand.
समझा तो एक simple, it's like one word definition.
Okay. So instance variable are those variable which are just Akshaya told, right? So those has been declared inside of class and outside the method. That is known as the instance variable. Okay. So if you can see, I can give you one example. These are the instance variable. Can you see this? This A is the instance variable. This A is the instance variable because it's a class level variable. Okay. So that's what known as the instance. Sorry, not A. Name is the instance variable. Age is the instance variable. Mark is the instance variable. This is a class level variable. Okay. And also, if I'm going to declare here, like, so for example, like, so here if I'm declaring like A is equal to 2, this is also instance variable because this is also declared C outside the method but inside of class. So the instance variable. And what is called as an instance variable? That I just told. Like whenever we are creating the object of the class, then only it get initialized. Otherwise, it not occupy any space in the memory. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
Cool. Fine. I think we discussed this much only about the OOPS concept. And let me open in my local system that makes sense.
Sir, you have asked question difference between constructor and method, but method you haven't taught me, sir.
Okay. Yeah, I'll talk about these things. Wait.
Okay.
Just a minute. Allow me 5 minutes. Okay. So desktop Rajesh experiment. My teaching class content day 9 and now it's a day 10. Day 10. Okay, cool. So is it my screen is visible? Day 10? Yeah, okay. So now I was asking about what is the difference between constructor. I was asking about what is the difference between constructor and method. Method. So, okay. So basically, first difference is that constructor method name, always same. So first difference, if I can say, number one, constructor. I'm going to make a difference between a constructor. First is constructor. So CONS, constructor. Number one, constructor name always same, like underscore underscore in it, right? This is the constructor name. Number two, constructor is used to initialize the instance variable. It is used to initialize the instance variable. Okay. Number three, constructor is of two types, like parameterized constructor and default constructor. And also third difference, major difference is that, so constructor, we no need to call the constructor. We no need to call the constructor explicitly. Explicitly, explicitly. It get called. And are you able to correlate the things, like whatever I'm writing? It's not like the theoretical things I just discussing. You already have seen practically how it get happened. We no need to call the constructor explicitly. It get called automatically. Anyone is feeling like that? No, it seems like it's more theoretical.
एक doubt है.
Oh, yeah, please go ahead.
Sir, आपने second point में लिखा है it is used to initialize the instance variable.
Correct.
तो वैसे देखा जाए तो instance variable के अलावा हमारे पास local variable भी है और static variable भी है.
हाँ.
तो मतलब क्या मतलब अगर
Okay.
ऐसा नहीं हो सकता कि constructor can be used to initialize local and static variable.
Okay, I'll come at that point. First thing is that static variable is not a part of object, it's a part of class. Okay, so I'll discuss about that static variable in depth. It deserves a class. Okay, and local variable, if I'll talk about the local variable, and if you know the definition of local variable existence is only in that block where we are defining, where we are declaring actually. So if you will declare local variable inside of constructor, then it will treat as an instance variable. So whatever variable you are going to initialize or declaring inside of constructor, that will treat as an instant variable, not a local variable. Because you are thinking that in constructor is a method, but obviously constructor is not a method. Does it make sense? So whatever things you are declaring inside of constructor, that will automatically will be considered as a instance variable. If you will consider like okay, so so if I'll give you the more example, like in cricket team, also different categories are there. Number one category, number two category, number three category, right? So number one category, they have been paid some like 1 crore per year. Number two, 50 lakh. Number three, 25 lakh. These kind of categories are there. So whoever are falling in category 3, though it's a Virat Kohli, he will be paid as 25 lakh only. Right? It doesn't matter if he fall in this category, like if any variable is declared inside of constructor underscore init method, that will be considered as a I can say as a instance variable. It will not be considered as a local variable. Okay, does it answer?
And what about the static variable?
Okay, I'll talk about that. That deserve a class. I told you that deserve a lecture. So we don't need to call the constructor explicitly. It get called automatically while creation of object. Okay. So any point, guys, you think like, okay, it's going over my head and I'm not able to correlate what I did in practically and what is the theoretical. Is it something? I have shown you everything, right? Okay. No worries. Okay, I was talking about the method now. What is the method? So number one, method. Okay. Method name can be anything. Method name can be anything. like A, B, C, D, X, Y, Z, whatever it is. Second thing is that it is not to initialize any kind of variable, instance variable. Local variable can be initialized by the method, but instance variable cannot be initialized by the method. Okay, so local variable, and now you can understand inside of method, if you are writing some, if you are creating some variable, that will be considered as a local variable. Okay, let me show you the example as well. Let's suppose you are creating one method def m1, and here you are going to create one method like a comma b. Okay, and or else not here. So here I'm gonna write a is equal to 2. This a is equal to 2 is a local variable. It's not an instance variable, right? Because the scope of a will be only inside of that block. So if I'll create another method, def m2, if I'll create m2 and sorry, my bad. If I'll create another variable, another method, and if I want to access this a, will I able to access this a inside of m2? Is it possible? Yes, no? I'm asking with you all, like yes or no?
Yes, sir.
How can you access this
No,
a?
sir.
How can you access? First thing is that,
No, that we can't access to.
see, inside of my home, there is some property, some jewelries are there. How can I allow you to access my jewelry from your home? It's not permittable, right? But something is the like government property that can be accessed by anyone, right? So that is known as the instance variables. Like, let's suppose in government property also there is a two category: state level, central level. So state level property can be accessible by state people, like, but central level property, central government level property can be accessible by anyone from this Indian country, like. So that's the scenario. So this is a local variable, right? So this cannot be accessed inside of this. But if you are creating an instance, let's suppose I want to give one more example. What happened? Sorry, my bad. So what I was saying, like, if I'll create a class A, and here if I'm gonna declare like def underscore init underscore these, and if I'm gonna write a is equal to, okay, here I have to write a self, because self is what? What is self? What is self? Hey, don't be silence. What is self?
The name of the class.
It is reference variable.
Yes,
which
refer the current class object.
the current object.
Yes, if you will start speaking in the class, you will automatically speak in front of interview. That's my understanding. If you will stop here speaking, you cannot speak in front of interview. Okay, so if I'm gonna initialize a is equal to 2 and self dot b is equal to 20, if I'm gonna write like this is known as the instance variable. Now let's suppose if I'm gonna create this thing def m1, focus here, self, and I want to access here print a, I want to access here a, then I can feel free access a like this. And if I want to create another method def m2, I can access this. Is a state government. A is what? State government property. And inside of state, these are the two property which is falling under this state, and these are the two member which have the domicile of this state. So he or she can access the state government property at any moment of time, right? So that is the known as the instance variable. Okay, so here I'm gonna create one self self, and now if I want to do like print, and I'm gonna write self dot b. If I want to access, I can access. Even if I want to access a inside of m2, I can do that. Hope you understood what is the local variable, what is the instance variable. Does it make sense?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay, now, okay, that's fine. That's cool. So local variable can be initialized inside. Okay, now if I'm gonna write here c is equal to 30, let's suppose I'm gonna write c is equal to 30. Can I able to access this c inside of m1? Can I able to access c inside of m1? Sasank, I'm asking with you.
No, sir.
No, we cannot call this c inside of m1, right? So that's the thing. So I'm gonna write the same thing, whatever I told, what I showed you. So I feel like now you can correlate this thing. So local variable can be initialized inside the method. Inside the method. Okay. Third point is that we have to call if we need to get the output from a function, from a method. Okay, someone used to call in interview, you might get confused, like very popular question it is, but though it is no value at all, it's a senseless question which interviewer used to ask. What is the difference between a method and function? Okay, I will talk more about this thing, but if interviewer asking this question and if you are not able to answer, then it's okay. Every question we should not answer. Okay, so I will give you the reason behind of that. If we need to get the output from a function or method, from a method, we have to call that function explicitly. Did you get the reason? Any doubt in this? No doubt? Cool. Does it make sense? What is the difference between a constructor and method now? Everything is clear?
Yes, sir.
Cool.
Yes.
That's fine. Thank you. Now, let's discuss more about like type of variable. I'm very worried about Sasank. Sasank is not speaking anything. I don't know why. You have to speak. Otherwise, it's a very problem. Like, I cannot say what is the problem, but yeah, you will get that. So in case inside of Python class 3, there is a 3 type of instance variable is there. Number 1 is that instance variable, object level variable. Okay, number 1 instance variable. Number 2 static variable. I'll talk about these things. Okay, number 2 is the static variable. Number 3 is the local variable. I think instance and local variable, I no need to explain once again. Is it so? Any doubt in instance and static instance and local variable? Any doubt, guys, in instance and local variable? You are okay?
No, sir.
Fine. That's cool. You no need to unmute. You can, without unmuting yourself, you can speak. That's okay. So along with me, Sasank is sitting in front of me. So that's okay. That's what these echoes are coming. That's fine. Okay. So I feel like instance variable and local variable, you are okay. But still, as a formality, I have to write the definition of instance variable. Let me write the definition of instance variable. So number 1, instance variable. If the value of the variable, okay, I'll write. If the variable is declared inside the class, but outside the method, is known as instance variable. Now, second point. Okay. So where can we declare these things? So where can we declare? We can declare inside of constructor, number 1. And number 1, we can declare inside of constructor by using self variable. Number 2, inside of method also by using self variable. Means what I'm trying to say, if I will write here self dot c, then this c also will be considered as an instance variable. Does it make sense? Okay.
Yes.
And outside, okay, that's fine. I think we can declare like this. That's fine. Now I'm gonna show you how to access the instance variable. Yes, this is a very popular question. How to access the instance variable. I'm talking about instance variable right now. Okay. How to access the instance variable. Okay. So let's suppose, let me write control M B B class test. Let's suppose I'm going to create one class, and here I'm gonna write def underscore underscore init underscore underscore, and here I'm gonna write self, and here I'm gonna write self dot a is equal to something like 10, and self dot b is equal to 20. Let's suppose I'm writing like this. Now I'm gonna create one method def init display def display display set the function name or method name always in the small case, and display, this function will be responsible to display something, right? So print, I'm gonna write print a, and print, oh, not like this, you have to write self dot a because it's an instance variable, right? And instance variable self dot a, it's a current class object, reference variable. Self is what? Self is the reference variable which refer to the current class object. Okay. Though self is not a keyword. Print self dot b. That's fine. Now that's okay. How can I? Okay, I have created these things. If I'll execute, I'm not getting any output. Why? See, in my home, everything is there in that shop, like whatever is diagram I shown in the last class. In the shop, all kind of mobiles are there, right? But until unless customer is not coming to your shop, will you bring the mobile on your desk? No or yes?
No.
No. So now let's bring this customer to your shop. So how can we bring the customer to your shop? So we'll create an object obj is equal to test, and here we have created, this is the process of creation of object, and in the layman term, if I'll talk about these things, we are calling to the servant. That's all. Here we are calling to the servant, and now I'm going to give the instruction to the servant what to bring. Okay, obj dot display, obj dot display, and if I'll call that, what happened? Display takes two position. Okay, my bad, it should be self here. Now it's fine. That makes sense. Okay, cool. And I want to show you one more thing. Just let me do that. def, let's see whether it's possible or not. Self, and I'm gonna write here display one, and here I'm gonna create a obj is equal to test. And what is this obj? It's a local variable or it's an instance variable? Can anyone tell me? Yeah, confidence. I still lack of confidence. Just now we had explained, is it an instance variable or it's a local variable? It's a local variable. We didn't declare inside of init, and also we didn't declare with the self. So it's an instance variable. Does it make sense? Sorry, local variable. Does it make sense? Just now we spoke a lot of time, we spent a lot of energy, but still everything is nullified. That's okay. Now, let's suppose I want to call. See, it's a very interesting thing now. I'm going to show you. And here I'm going to write obj. Now, if I will call obj dot display one, what happened? Test object not able to display one. Test object is not able to display one. What happened? I'm not executed this. Okay. Yeah. So now just observe these things. Here we had printed the A and B with the help of self, and here we have printed with the help of object. So what I did that, hi ma'am, good morning. So what I mean to say, like, see, this self is what? It's a reference variable which refer to the current class object, and this object is nothing but it's a class level object, and we are going to call with the class level object the variables. Okay, so both the things is addressing the same address in the memory. So see, this self is addressing your self class, but here you explicitly mention the class name which has to be addressed. Does it make sense? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Okay, cool. Fine. Thank you. Okay. So I feel I want 5 or 10 minute of break. I'm continuously speaking from morning onwards, so I need a 5 minute of break. Let's have a break of 4-5 minutes and we'll start the next topic in the OOPS concept. It makes sense? Meanwhile, if you have any kind of
Okay,
doubt,
sir.
capture all the doubt. We'll come back in 5 minutes and we'll get it back. Okay? Cool.
Okay, sir.
Okay, guys, are we back?
Yes, sir.
Cool. Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
So hope we understood about the instance variable, we understood about the local variable, we understood about the class, object, constructor, everything, right? We are done. Now, and how to call the instance variable, that is also as a one thing. And there is a one thing is that I forget to add here. Okay. So, okay. So second thing is that let's suppose I have to delete some kind of instance variable. Is it possible to delete any kind of instance variable? Yes, it is possible. So second thing is that how to delete an instance variable. That is the one concern. Let me write a note. How to delete the instance variable. Okay. So number one, within the class, within the class, we can delete the instance variable as follows. Means inside of class, if you want to delete the instance variable, that is the one way. And from the outside of the class, if you want to delete the instance variable, that is the other way, right? So inside of class, if you want to delete the instance, 1 minute. Just, hello. হ্যাঁ ঠিক আছে ঠিক আছে আমি আপনাকে কালকে পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছি 25 পাঠিয়ে দিচ্ছি আচ্ছা ঠিক আছে আমি চেষ্টা করছি okay. So how we can delete the instance variable inside of class? There is a way. Like, okay, so just I'm asking, like, if you want to delete if you want to remove some item, whom you will call? Like, let's suppose this phone is got outdated from your shop. Now I want to remove this phone and I want to update, I want to get the updated phone in my shop. So whom I should call? Who will do this? In the layman term, just I'm asking in the common scenario, obviously you will call your servant, right? And who is your servant? Your reference variable. And inside of class, who is your reference variable? Self is your reference variable. See, just try to correlate the things are very easy, right? So inside of class, if we want to delete an instance variable, then simple call the servant, and your servant itself is a self is the instance variable, reference variable, which refer to the current class object, and name of the variable, like variable name. But it will get called, it will not delete. So how to delete that? Simple, the keyword is same, del is the keyword, and you can use this del keyword. With that, it will get deleted. Any doubt in this? But outside of the class, let's suppose from the outside, does it make sense, guys? If you are thinking that it's going over your head, feel free, ping me, feel free, unmute yourself. It's all about the discussion. It's not about the class I'm taking, to be honest. Like, it's all about, whenever I'm taking the class, it's all about the discussion, because I believe on the research, I believe on the things whatever already done. It's not on that. I believe beyond of that. I believe thinking out of the box. That's all. So from the outside of the class, if, is it so? My voice is not coming. Oh, sorry guys, sorry, I was on mute. Sorry. For the last 5 minutes, I am speaking without an. Okay, my bad. Okay, I was discussing about that. Let's suppose if I have to delete a kind of instance variable, then how we can delete that? So there is a two-way. Number one, within the class. Okay, you guys are pinging as well, but okay, fine. Sorry guys, sorry. I'll repeat once again. So what I was asking, let's suppose inside a class you declare few instance variable, and I want to delete that instance variable. How can delete, right? So there is a two-way to delete the instance variable. Number one, with the help of self, with the help of object. Okay, why self? Let's suppose in your shop there is a multiple phones are there which got outdated, right? and you have to update your SOP. Then how you will update? You can discard those phones and you will get an updated phone, then only your SOP will be updated, right? So in order to do this action, whom you will call? Your servant, right? So inside of class, who is your servant? Self. Self is the servant. And with the help of this servant, you are calling those phones which you want to discard. So I'm calling that phone which I have to discard. I got discarded. Then del is the keyword which is responsible to delete the object, which is responsible to delete the item which you want to discard. So delete is the keyword. So this scenario is work whenever you want to perform the action inside of class. But let's suppose if you want to delete the item from outside of the class, how we can delete that? So option is similar, like how we are again, we have to call the servant again, right? So see, from the outside, let's suppose, let me open the diagram. So let me open the diagram so it will make sense. Okay, my diagram is visible. It's getting load. It's not visible yet. Okay, so let's suppose this is your electronic SOP and you are here. You are out of the SOP. So you want to call the servant of the SOP of electronic SOP. So how we can call? So first I have to call the electronic SOP, and inside of electronic SOP, I have to call the servant, right? So similarly, if you are calling your servant from the outside of the class, then how to call? Simple, obj equal to class name. What is the class? Which servant you want to call? So class name, and how you are creating the object. That's all. And with this servant, you can give the instruction, hey servant, delete this object, delete this variable. So variable. Does it make sense? Any doubt in this, guys? Okay, I'll show you now at the practical time. Okay, so let me create one class, and here I'm gonna create a class test, and here I'm gonna create a def underscore init underscore, and here I'm gonna create a self. Self is what? See, I'm repeating again and again so that things will get recalled. So self is what? Self is the reference variable which refer to the current class object. So here I'm gonna create some variables. So self dot a is equal to 10. Yeah, sure, no worries. No worries, it's fine. Okay, guys, just wait for 2 minutes. I'm shifting there. Yeah, you will be here. Okay, fine. Thank you. You can be there. I'll be there. Okay, so nice. This is awesome. Okay, so I was talking about, let's suppose we have some instance variable a and b and c, and I'm gonna initialize a is equal to 10 and self dot b is equal to 20 is equal to 20, and here I'm gonna create self dot c is equal to 30. So let me show you something. Okay, so now I'm gonna create one method def m1 or delete object. I'm gonna give the specific name delete object, and here I'm gonna write self, and here I'm gonna write I want to delete that, right? We are inside of class and I want to delete C. So how we can delete? So simple. Inside of class, who is your reference variable? In self. Self is the reference variable. Self dot which variable you want to delete? C I want to delete. Let's suppose I want to delete. But how to delete? Delete is the keyword which we have to use. So it got deleted now. So now it is okay, but I have to see, let's suppose I have to see whether C got deleted or not. How can see? So I can see, let's suppose, let me create an object, T is equal to test. And here I'm gonna write print. Let me see whether, okay, let me do one thing. I'm gonna comment this 2 line, and what I'm trying to do, just try to understand. Okay, and t dot dict. Dict is what? Dict is the magic function. Okay, so I'll talk about the magic function. Those function which is declared like this underscore underscore. that is known as the magic function, and that is known as the magic variable. Okay, this is the magic variable, and in it is the magic function, because there is a bracket open and close. That's what is known as the magic function. But if we are going to declare like this is known as the magic variable. Okay, so let me do that. So you can see we have only A and B. We don't have, okay, I have executed, I think. Let me execute once again. And now see, you can see we have A, B, C. Okay, so now what I can do, I'm calling this function, I'm doing that, and now I'll execute. Now I can see still ABC. ABC, still ABC. Why ABC? Because I have not called this function delete object, right? So I have to call the delete object, and let me see that. Delete object, and here I'm going to see. Can you see this? I have only A and B. I don't have C. So we can delete that. And also outside the class, if you want to delete, how we can delete? T dot A. If you want to delete A, so del is the function. And now if I'll call once again, so I'm gonna create another object. Okay, so hold on. T1 is equal to test, and yeah, T is equal to object, and here I'm gonna call T dot dict underscore, and I will call, okay, I have not executed this, I think. What happened? Hold on. Oh, yeah, cool. Can you see this? We don't have A, right? So A, I'm gonna delete from outside the class. So this is a way to delete that. Does it make sense? Any doubt, guys? Hello. No doubt. Okay, cool. That's fine. Now we are going to discuss about, okay, we know instance variable, we know local variable. Now let me speak more about the static variable. Okay. Before starting the static variable, I would like to tell you one story. So whenever you are going for interview, you just can explain with this story about the static variable, static method, whatever it is. It will be helpful, to be honest. So let's suppose you are okay, let me draw a diagram that makes sense. Okay, so let me draw this. Okay, let's suppose you are studying in one college. Okay, I studied in NIT Bhopal. Okay, I studied from NIT Bhopal. So what happened there? In NIT Bhopal, I passed out in the year of 2017. So I enrolled in the college in the year of 2013, right? So in the year of 2013, there was around 500 students got enrolled in NIT Bhopal. Okay, so from the out of 500, all the details of the student has to pass to the state government, like MP government. Similarly, not about the NIT, there is a tier 3 colleges was there, like I must say, like this many colleges are there, LNCT, Oriental, this kind of college was there. There also some students are studying, right? So what we have to do, so we have to get the all student information, and we have to pass this information to the other students, to the central state government. So what to do? Let's suppose this is the NIT Bhopal. Similarly, NIT Bhopal, like there is another college might be there, LNCT, Oriental. Just think about that. LNCT. There is also some, okay, in Indore, there is a IIT also is there. So let's suppose this is the IIT Bhopal. Okay. Cool. Let me draw something best for you. Let me draw three colleges, that's all. And each colleges, there is a 500 students are there. Just think about that. In every college, there is a 500 students are there. 500 student here, 500 student here. Just think about this story, guys. Static variable will get clear automatically. You don't need to remember anything. And now each student having their own details, right? So what is the detail? Like if I'll talk about the details, where I can write, okay, this stage is fine. So every student, like 500 student, this kind of detail will be. So what will be detail? Name will be there, age, or like from where they belongs, like I can say state. So be with me. Then phone number, then father's name, then like I can say 12 percentage plus 2 percentage. Lot of details are there, right? 12 percentage. Okay, that's all. So this kind of information, and also obviously college name, because it's going to the state government place. So state, how state will be segregated from which college you are. It's you are from IIT, you are from NIT, you are from tier 3 college. How COLLEG college name, that's fine. Now like this information, how many we have to make? Like control C, if I'll make it control V, command Z. Like this we need I can say 500 information we have to capture. Is it similarly for this college also 500 information? Command C, I'll make it here, command V, and I will move it here. Like this 500 information is there. Command V, I'll move it here. So like this for only 3 colleges, 500, 500, 500. Total 1500 information we have to pass to the state government. Now, think around that. Some information, out of all this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 information we are storing for one student. And out of 6, some of the information is common for 500 students. Just think about that. What is those? College name. Can you see this college name? College name is common for all the 500 students. This college name is common, will be for all the another 500 students. This college name will be common for the another third set of students, right? So don't you think so? We are wasting our memory to store the same information 500, 500, 500. Like if you are going to store in this way, so 500, 1 minute. So what I was talking about, this college name itself is taking huge space in the memory. Like same information you are storing 500 times. Is it a good sense of programming? So why not can declare once and it can be utilized by other set of 500? Does it make sense? Guys, are you making sense?
Sir.
Yes. So in order to do these things, we are going to declare a static variable. Static variable. So college name will make it as a static variable, so it can be used by all the 500 students. So this is the class. Let's suppose IIT Bhopal is the class, and inside of IIT Bhopal, I want to declare college name as a static variable. If once I declare college name as a static variable, then I can call this college name with all the 500 members of this class college, right? So it's a memory utilization. That's what static variable came into the picture. Like memory utilization. Declare once, use wherever. Guys, story समझ में आया कि नहीं पहले ये बताओ. Like, did you understood the problem of this story?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Now problems, you got the problem. Now solution also I have given. Now if someone is asking what is a static variable, how you will explain? Let's explain once again. Okay, I want to start with Sasang. Okay, let me, no need to unmute yourself. You can go ahead with that. What is static variable? Let's suppose just now we learned. Okay, just now. It's not like that from the last 5 years we learned and now I am asking the things. हिंदी में बोल दे भाई. I can understand these things. See, देखो, to be honest, like saying you are not able to speak in Hindi as well. The problem is not in the communication language. Problem is that lack of confidence. That's all. You know the concept. I can understand. Everyone knows this concept. If I'll ask if I'll ask with anybody, they can speak around that. But the problem is that lack of confidence. You know the things. अरे जैसे आता है वैसे समझा दे मुझे मुझे समझा. Let's suppose you are the trainer for me and you have to explain me static variable. Just explain me anyway. मार के सुता कर रुला कर कैसे भी हमें समझाओ. I want to understand static variable. Platform on you. Okay. I can understand his fear. I suffered a lot with these things. Okay. I was suffering with the hammering problem from the last 3 years. And I did that. I overcome this problem by speaking only. I was not able to speak in front of any 5 members or 6 members, whoever the well-experienced guy in front of me. To be honest, I'm saying I suffered a lot with this problem. And I get rid with these things just by speaking. मुझे कुछ भी आता था मैं बोल देता था. तो बोलना start कर. No one is here to say like why you are speaking like this, what you are speaking. No. If you will make a mistake here, that's okay. Please go ahead with that. I told my story here as well. Like I was suffering from the hammering. Like I have a stage fear. I have a lot of things, lot of problem was with me, and I did resolve that around it. Okay. Now I'm a good public speaker at the Toastmaster International as well. So you can understand if someone who having the hammering problem, but still who become an international speaker, then how could it be possible? You can be also that. Just think around that. No? Okay. Just think about that today. You have time. Tonight, I will give you some time. Just think around that, what I am saying. Okay. Anyone else want to try?
Sir, can I try? Sir?
Yeah, please. You don't need to ask a permission.
Yeah.
Can I try? You can directly unmute and you can directly start speaking. I love the speaking
Okay.
the people whenever people are speaking, but I don't like whenever people are silent.
So static variable is once it is declared, we can use enormous number of times.
Yes, inside of class. It's a class
Yes.
level variable. Yes, it's a class level way. You have to define like it's a class level variable. Okay. So whenever you are going for an interview, you can start with this example, like whatever story I told. It's a good point. It works for me. Okay. Fine. Cool. Oops. That's 2. Okay. Okay. If I'll talk about those variable which declare with the static keyword are known as static variable. And to be honest, like whenever any single student are also sitting on me, like I never be teach like very slowly or something. My energy level always be like this. So it doesn't matter at all. Just to overcome my lack of confidence. So think about that. It's happened. It's happened with the people, especially from the Indian people. And also if you belong from the tier 3, then this happens. Okay, those variable which declare with the static keyword are known as the static variable. And note, for total class, only one copy of static variable will be created and shared by all object of that class. Okay, now I want to ask one question. What is the difference between static and instance variable? You know instance variable very well. Now on you. Okay, Shri, you can go ahead with that. Why you're not trying that? What is the
Okay, sir. I'll try, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. So, sir, instance variable, it is declared outside the method of the class.
Mhm.
But static be outside the method of the class here. दूसरा try करता हूँ.
No, it's okay. Instance variable में but हमें कोई keyword लगाने की जरूरत नहीं है, right? Static.
Yes, sir.
But in static variable we have to declare with a static keyword.
Keyword.
Yes. What difference is it?
And let's do दूसरा. So, since static is what we say dependent on the class, so it will remain in the memory as long as the program is there. Whereas instance में जब तक वो object है तब तक ही वो रहेगा.
Correct. Got it. Anything else?
अभी याद नहीं आ रहा.
Okay.
थोड़ा.
Okay, fine. So I'll write the definition. I'll write whatever he told. So in case of instance variable, for every object, a separate copy will be created. But in case of a static variable, for total class, only one copy will be created. Like example, college name, okay, created and shared by every object. Like 500 students can be shared these things. Okay, so that's all. No. Hope you understood this difference between instance static variable.
Yes, sir.
Cool, nice. Okay. Now, let me show you that example as well. Let's suppose we have a class, TST test, and here are these things, and we are going to create x is equal to 10. And here I'm gonna write self.y. देखते हैं कल कितनों को याद रहता है ये सब चीजें. T1 is equal to test. T2 is equal to test. It's possible, right? एक दुकान में दो सर्वेंट हो सकता है ना? तो दो सर्वेंट है, ठीक है? And let me write these things, and here I'm gonna call print. Acha, is x is an instance variable or x is an instance variable or not? First tell me this.
It is, sir.
It is correct. That's instance variable. And self के साथ भी जो declare करते, that is also instance variable, right? So keep in your mind. Now I want to see you one thing. Just a minute. So here t1 dot x will it give you 10, and I want to explain print t1 dot y. I'm getting 20. That's okay. I want to get t1 t2 dot x and to write t2 dot x. Okay, so 10 and 20 both the object. Now my question is here, let's suppose if I want to access x, are you able to access? Okay, one thing I want to correct myself, I made one mistake. In case of Java, it was like with the static keyword, but if you are declaring inside of class without any keyword as well, this will consider as a static variable. Sorry, my bad. I want to correct myself. This is also a static variable. Why I'm saying, see, we can call this x with the help of the class itself. So that's a static variable. And let's suppose what I'm trying to say, let's suppose I want to change this x ka value. I want to change this x ka value by 888. Okay. Now, if I want to access once again this, let me see this. So can you see this? It got changed. Now, if I will access with x with t1 object, will I able to see the changes? Yes. So it got changed for all the object. Now let's suppose I want to see with the t2, it got changed or not? Yes. Oh, sorry, T2. So it will be accessible by all. Can you see this? That's what I can say. It's a static variable. Okay. So I made one mistake. Apologize. Okay. Any doubt, guys? Okay.
Awesome.
Okay. Fine. So ये तो हो गया variable, static variable. What about the static method? How you can declare the static method? देखो Java में static method can be declared with the help of static keyword, but in Python there is a special keyword, special annotations I can say. Okay, so it's not a keyword, it's the annotation. If you have seen the Java ka program, there we used to call public, static, void, main. ऐसे लिखते हैं ना Java का program. We used to write like this, है ना? ऐसे लिखते हैं Java का program. But in case of Python, so that main method can be considered as a static because यहाँ पे static keyword होता था. But Python में static बोल के कोई keyword नहीं है. Okay. So now the question is, okay, so far how you are in oops concept, right? Are you making some kind of confidence? Because it's my interest area. कुछ प्रकाश डालोगे श्री भाई?
So various places to declare static variable.
Okay. Number one. No, I'm not asking with you these things. I was just asking like how much confident right now in the OOPS concept, whatever we learned. Like, are you able to okay
So,
that?
Yes, sir, 30%, and ये जो coming week में revise कर दूंगा
Yeah.
तो मैं 60
Cool.
तक पहुंचूंगा.
So next week again we like once the class OOPS concept will complete, Python will get complete, and then we will take a one more mock interview with whole Python. Okay, and then we will start statistics. Okay, this is a plan. In general, we can declare within a class directly by from the outside of any method. And number two, inside of constructor by using the class name. Inside of constructor by using class name. Number three, inside of instance method. Instance method are what? Instance method by using the class name. Inside of method by using the class name. Fourth number, inside of class method by using either class name or class variable. I will show you everything. Number five, inside of static method by using class name. Okay. Okay. Cool. Fine. Now let me show you all those things. Okay. So let's suppose we have one class test. And we have a is equal to 10. This is what? Static variable or instance variable or local variable? Sasank bolega. What is this? A is what? Instance variable, static variable, local variable. Instance variable. बहुत सही. What is that? This instance variable, static variable, local variable. Guys, other
Instance.
बहुत सही. It's a static variable. Just now
Static.
Yes, it's a static variable. Just now we have seen, guys. Can you see this? X is equal to 10, and we change the value, and it got reflect by for the all object. Means it's a static variable. Okay. DEF underscore init underscore init, and here I'm gonna write self, and I'm gonna write test. Okay, so see, just observe here. So test dot b is equal to I'm gonna write 30. What is test b? What is b? Is an instance variable or static variable? सबको ही मार खाएगा.
Sir, इसको instance variable.
Okay. Everyone, just observe this 4-5 point whatever I wrote here and then give the answer. Second point, observe this. Inside of constructor by using class name. Inside of constructor by using class name. What should we be? It's a static variable. This is also
Static
static
variable.
variable. Yes. This is also static variable. Okay, nice. And now that's okay. Number 2, like let's suppose I'm gonna create df m1 and here I'm gonna write m1 self. Okay. Now I want to write test C, test C, test.c. What is this? It's an instance variable, static variable.
It is static only.
Yes, it is also static. Can you see this? Inside of method by using class name. Third point, right? It's also static. Then next is, let's suppose we have a function df m2 and here I'm going to create self. I'm going to create here I'm going to write here, let's suppose ELS and CLS dot D1 or ABC is done D is equal to 40. And I want to write like this at the rate of class method. Okay, so this is the class method actually. And now, and this method is also known as the static method because you have wrote the annotation of class method. Means if it is declared as a class level, means it's also a static method. So here I'm gonna write D. And what is this, static variable or instance variable? CLS dot D. D is what? Instance or static variable?
Still it is static.
Still it's static. Fourth number point. Can you see this? Inside of class method, this is a class method by using class name or class variable. Can you see this? Class name or class. Either we can use test.d or CLS variable. That's all. Okay, nice. And now that's a point. And at the rate of, let's suppose I'm gonna write static method, and this is also a static method. Class method and static both are same. There is no difference. df m3. And here I'm gonna write self test.e. Test.e is equal to 15. Now my question is this a static variable? Yes, it's obvious.
Yes,
It's a static method. It's a static method, and inside of a static method, you are declaring with the class name number 5. It's significant. This is also static variable. Okay, cool. That's okay. Now, let me create an object now for this class. Hope we can do that. And I want to see what are the okay. If you want to see what are the variables are there, you can anytime test.dict. Dict is the magic variable. So whatever things is coming with underscore this is known as the magic variable. So you can see this is the main function and a is equal to 10 init function test init, and then m1 function is the test m1 at this object location. M2 is the class method. Can you see this? M2 is the class method and m3 is the static method. Everything is given here. So you can, okay, if you want to see in very good way, then copy this and go to the Google and ask for JSON lint. You can get the result, JSON lint, and paste it here and validate this. You can see the result in the dictionary format. So this is the model name, this is the variable, and this is the init function of the test, like it's a constructor. That's what it's given, test.init. And this is the m1 is the function, m2 is the class method, m3 is the static method, and dict is the attribute. And these are the like magic function. These are magic function. That's all. Okay. Any doubt? कोई समस्या?
Nice. So,
Okay, cool. So I just did this, shown this like in some beautify way. Okay, that's okay. That's fine. Okay. Now, how to access static variable? Now, next question, next point is how to access the static variable. Mark down. I want 5 question with Sasank. कल आओ मुझसे पूछो. Like I'm not gonna ask with you. I know like you will not answer. You can ask the question, 5 question tomorrow. So prepare your 5 question, best 5 question, whatever we have learned so far, so forth. I want to address, I want to answer the question. Like, okay. So it's okay now. I want to ask 5 question. You have to ask with me. Fine. Everyone guys, you can bring your 5 question, 5 best question, and I'm happy to address. Okay. So inside of constructor using self or class name, number 1. Inside of constructor by using either self or class name, we can declare the static method. Inside of instance method by using either self or class name. This is also similar. Number 3, inside of class method by using either class variable or class name. CLS is the class variable and class name. And inside of static method by using class name. Number 5, from outside the class by using either object or reference or class name. So both the thing, but this is not recommendable. This is recommended. Okay. So now let's see one by one. चलो करते हैं. Last test. I'm gonna create this class and I'm gonna create a is equal to 10. I'm gonna create df underscore init underscore this self print self dot a. That's all. See, can you see this? I'm gonna number 1 inside of constructor using either self or using either class name. So self से तो declare कर दिए. I'm just want to access the variable. Okay. So print and also class name का लिख देते test.a. That's okay. Now, okay, inside of instance method using self or class name. Okay. So df. Okay, I'm gonna print this message as well. So comma inside. Okay, I'm gonna write this so that this one either self using self inside of constructor using self and inside of constructor using class. Both the thing is okay. Inside of constructor using class name. Okay. And df I'm gonna okay, I'm gonna create an instance method. This is an instance method m1 and m1 के अंदर रुक जा. m1 के अंदर again I'm gonna create this. I'm gonna just want to do this. So using self inside of instance method. Inside of instance method. Instance method. Okay. Inside of instance method by using self by using class name. See, second point done. Third point, inside of class method by using either class method. So let me create a class. कैसे create करते हैं class method? At the rate of CLS class method, and here I'm gonna create M2 df M2 and yeah carry on. Okay, which class you are studying? 9th. Okay, which school? Nice. From where are you? You are from Karnataka only or what? Cool. And one made mistake. Sorry, self here. It should be self. Self. M2. And again, I'm gonna copy this, gonna paste it here. And inside of class method, either class variable, okay, here we have to CLS. It's a class variable. We either using the CLS variable or using CLF variable, and this is not an instance method. This is the class method, right? Class method. And this is also class method using class name. So third point bhi ho gaya. Are you able to see now inside of a static method how to create a static? Okay, both are same. Okay, static method and df m3, and here again I have to create a self and self, and inside of static method using class name. Okay, so df sorry, print. Okay, भाई इतना कौन लिखेगा यार, copy paste inside of static method by using class name, Okay, let me do these things. What happened? Did I made a mistake? Okay, here it is. So it's done. Now कैसे करते हैं? Now I'm gonna create an object for t is equal to test, और रुक जा. Can you see this? Constructor वाला automatically call हुआ. कौन बताएगा इसका reason? Why this got called automatically?
ये याद है कि कंस्ट्रक्टर अगर डिक्लेयर नहीं करेंगे तो कभी
Yes, exactly. Inside of class, if you are declaring something inside of constructor, and constructor we no need to call explicitly, it get called automatically while creation of object. So that's what it got called automatically. ठीक है. Now if I'll call the t.m1, can you see this? I'm able to access. If I'll call class method t.m2, I'm gonna do that. Oh, nice. And if I want to call static method t.m3, yeah, that's type error. T.m3, why it not done? Oh, okay. It's a static method, right? What happened? Missing one requires cell. I don't think so. Okay. Just a minute, guys. Yeah. So static method we no need to declare the instance reference variable. It will get called. Okay. Any doubt, guys? Any doubt in this accessing of static variables, instance variable, anything? Fine, cool, nice. That's pretty much good. We are at a good position now. Okay, cool. And local variable, I'm not gonna discuss now. Like it's okay. Like local variable, you can understand these things. Like I already discussed a lot of time the local variable. Okay, so I'm not gonna invest much time on this. Okay. Okay, now I want to discuss about the setter and getter method. Do you think need a break? Do you think need a break?
5 minutes.
Okay, cool. Getter and setter function. Okay. So what is getter and setter method? So
5 minutes break वाला.
sorry.
5 minutes break.
5 minutes break.
भाई लेना है तो 10 मिनट का ले ले. I can do also something. Is it 10 minutes? Yeah, take a 10 minute break. 5 मिनट में मैं क्या ही करूँगा? Does it make sense? So 3 things you have to prepare. One is resume. Another thing is that link, GitHub profile. Third thing is that video resume. And you have to post in the Naukri profile, which is looking for people. So whenever we used to recruit the people, like we used to see like how the video resume, and from there only the confidence we can see, like how much confident you are. Okay. Cool. Now we'll discuss about setter and getter method. Okay, setter and getter method actually is used to set some variable, and getter methods are used to get the variables. Like we set the variable, instance variable, some value. Like, okay, if I'll talk what the constructor is doing, can anyone help me? What constructor is doing? Yeah. Constructor क्या करता है? What the constructor is doing? Yes.
Helps in initialization of the objects.
Sorry, initialize the
objects.
initialize the instance variable. गलत word का use मत कर. Initialize the instance variable. Okay. Similarly, getter and setter. Actually, getter and setter was the earlier approach. Now the constructor came into the picture that doing all the job. If you not know getter and setter, that's okay. Like, but still, as a part of curriculum, you should know. So setter function is used to set instance variable, initialize the instance variable, set something, and getter method is used to get the instance. That's all. Okay, does it make sense? So let me definition and simple setter method. If I'll talk about setter method can be used to setter method can be spelling say na setter methods can be used to set values to the instance variable variables. Okay, now syntax. I'll talk about the syntax. df method set variable. You can give the set variable. Set variable. देखो हर language, like what I was saying, like every language having their own specialty, pros and cons are there. So set variable, and here I'm gonna see the self from a variable. This is syntax I'm showing you. Self dot variable is equal to value. That's all. ये होता है setter का example. जैसे for example, I'll show you the example. No worries. So getter method. Now we'll talk about the getter method. Getter method. I can directly copy paste this. Both are same. Getter methods can be used to get values of the instance variable. The syntax is very simple. Like if I will copy paste this. And here the syntax should be syntax, and it should be set. Instead of set, it should be get variable and the variable. And here I can say self only. It should be the part of self only, and the self dot variable. That's fine. That's all. Okay. So it should return actually. This is the syntax. Okay, let me write the now. Let's see the program. Okay, demo program for the getter and setter function. Let's suppose we have one class student. We have one class student, and here I'm gonna write def dot set name. देखो, we were doing the same thing with the help of constructor. Now we are doing the get answer. So don't focus on this part, but it's a part of curriculum. If you don't know about the constructor, we were doing the same thing with the help of constructor. Self comma name. I'm gonna write self dot name is equal to name. Okay. Similarly, if I'll get the name, df get name. Self return self dot name. That's all. Now, see what I'm saying. Let's suppose I want to create a same thing, def. I will show you the correlation between the constructor and this getter and setter functions. Df set marks. Set marks and the self comma marks. And I am gonna write set dot self dot marks. Equal to marks. Okay. And I want to get the marks. Self div dot get marks. Self. And I'm gonna return self dot marks. That's fine. Now that's okay. Two variable. That's fine. Now I'm gonna do marks is fine. And okay. What I'm trying to do, just try to understand. Hold on, guys. Hold on. What I'm trying to say. I want to get the number of student, the detail I want to fetch, insert, n is equal to input, enter the number of student, student, which you want to set. And here for I in range n, and here is the range, and range function what does, that's then I want to initialize student ka object s is equal to student student, and that's okay. Now I'm gonna do that. Name is equal to s dot name is equal to input enter student name. I'll show you with the constructor as well. Don't worry. Input enter student name, and I want to set this name s dot set name. Set name. I want to set the name, and here I want to pass name. So name will get set. Now I want to ask marks. Input enter your marks. Enter your marks. The marks will come from this, and then I will set this marks as dot set marks. And inside of marks, I can pass this marks, whatever I will get the user. That's okay. Now, okay. And also set name. Okay. Now it's done. Now what I can do, we are able to set these things. That's fine. Okay. Now I have to write a logic for get the name as well, right? So what I'm trying to do, I am going to write print slash n, print slash n, print slash n slash n slash n. It's fine. And now I want to write the logic for getting the name and marks, right? So what I can do, for I in range of, here I can write n, and I want to get the name, right? And print student, I'm gonna write f string student Here I can write I plus 0. I plus 1. Why? Because I will be 0 and 0 plus 1 is 0. Student 1 details. Student 1 details and print student name equal to get name as dot get name. Okay, I have to initialize the object, right? Wait a minute. What I did, set name get name. Okay, I have to do here only. Wait a minute. I have to do here only. I cannot declare inside of this. So discard these things. I plus 1 as dot name. That's fine. And, okay, get name. Actually, this should be get name. Get name is the function which will be responsible to get the name, and marks also I can marks get marks. Okay, that's fine. Now let me execute these things. Syntax error. What happened? Okay, I got it. Here should be comma. Here should be comma. Now see, it's asking for enter the number of students which you want to set. I'm gonna ask 5. Type error. String object cannot be interpreted as the integer. Where it is? Okay. My bad. It should be integer typecasting. So 5. Enter student name. I'm gonna enter first name Rajesh and enter your marks. I'm gonna pass 80. And now it's asking देखो first student का detail we got. Student 1 detail Rajesh. Now it's asking student name. So 5 बार ये चलेगा. Like I'm gonna ask okay Shri. And here I'm gonna enter like 90. And here I'm gonna get the student. Like now Shashank. I'm gonna enter the name of Shashank. And it's asking for marks. I'm gonna put here 90. And at student 4, I think student 3 detail we got, student 4 detail I have to put. Okay, Akshaya. So I'm gonna put this, I'm gonna get this 75. That's okay. Now it will go 4 detail. 4 detail now, 5th student. I'm gonna put a Rohit. And it's asking for marks and at 65. It's okay. Now see all the detail we got. This is only the get answer. Now same thing you can achieve with the help of constructor as well. Okay, okay, first thing is that, do you have any question with this program? So now see, initially when we started, we were writing 2 or 3 line of code. Now we are writing around 60, 30, 40 line of code. And there's a simple, we just integrating the component inside the program. That's all. So do you have any question in this? We are just setting function, like same thing we can achieve with the help of constructor. And that's a good idea actually. So what I'm trying to do, see, take na, samajhna, huh? I'm gonna create one init function. It's doing the same thing, init. Right? And here I'm gonna write self name, comma marks.
Sir, in it mistake.
Kya bol raha?
INIT.
Yeah. Thank you. Init self dot name of marks, and I'm gonna initialize self dot name. It's an instance variable is equal to name, and I'm gonna initialize self dot marks is equal to marks. Okay. Now what I'm trying to do, number of students, that's okay, and that's okay. Here we have to parameterize parameterize the constructor. So I will have to call command X, and I have to pass it. I don't need to call the set name actually now because it's got deprecated. So I am going to remove these things. Just hold on, guys. Hold on. Marks, and I'm gonna call this, and here I'm gonna pass name and marks. Name, comma marks. That's all. And now I want to print that, right? Okay. I want to print slash and slash I student 1 detail. That's fine. Now see, चीजें कितनी आसान हो गई. Like I'm gonna pass 5, and I'm gonna, it's asking for first name. I'm gonna put Rajesh. I'm gonna put a marks of 90, 80, and I'm gonna pass a student 2 detail. What happened? Student object and node. Okay. Okay. Sorry. My bad. It should be self dot name, right? Should be self dot name and should be self dot marks. चीजें आसान हो गई. And it's asking for 5. I'll give the 3. Okay. I'm gonna pass a Rajesh. I'm gonna pass 80. Okay. Student 1 detail, student 2 detail. It's asking for student 2. I'll put Akshaya. And it's asking for marks. I'm gonna put 90. And student 2 detail, student 3 detail. I'm gonna put Sasank. I'm gonna pass it 75. It's okay. See, same thing we can achieve with the constructor. So getter and setter, nothing is doing the same job, but constructor is overcoming that problem. देखो, getter and setter, how many line of code we wrote to achieve the same thing, right? To set value, we wrote the one function. To get value, we wrote some function. But with the help of constructor, one single function doing this. Does it make sense, guys? Any doubt?
No, sir.
Cool.
So constructor, it is like advanced of setter and getter, sir.
Yes, you can say. Nowadays, no one is using this getter and setter. Everyone is.
मैं सर अभी तक सेटर एंड गिलर का एग्जैक्ट
मतलब नहीं समझ.
वैल्यूज
Okay.
वैल्यूज
Okay. So in constructor क्या करता है? Just tell me that. What the constructor is doing?
initialize वाला काम.
Initialize the instance variable. Setter and getter function is also doing the same thing. But हर वेरिएबल को इनिशियलाइज करने के लिए एक मेथड है. जैसे आपको नेम को इनिशियलाइज करना है तो नेम सेट नेम इज द वन सेटर वेरिएबल, सेटर फंक्शन. टू गेट द नेम, गेट नेम इज द वन गेटर फंक्शन. बट कंस्ट्रक्टर आने के बाद एक बार में चीजें इनिशियलाइज हो जाती है और चीजें बहुत आसान है. डज इट मेक सेंस? हेलो, डज इट आंसर योर क्वेश्चन?
Yes sir, it does.
Okay, fine. Okay. So, Akshay, are you able to understand the Hindi sometime? Like, thoda?
Yeah, yes, sir.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. Like, that's okay. And many people are from the Hindi background, even I. Okay. Fine. That's okay. Awesome. Now, let's discuss about some, okay. Let's discuss about some class method. Okay, we already know the class method, what it does, how to declare the class method, there is a class annotation. Let's discuss about the class method. Yeah, guys, I'm coming in. I'm back. 1 minute. Okay. Okay, now we are going to discuss about class method. Cool. So class method is what? Inside of method. So class method is what? Inside of method. Implementation, if we are using only class variable, static variable, then such type of method we should be declared as a class method. What I was saying, let's suppose inside, let me write that. Inside method, implementation, if we are using class variable or static variable static variable, then such type of method we should declare as class method, okay. Okay, so like if you are going to, in simple term, if you want to initialize static variable, then what are the function you are going to use to initialize that? That function you should declare as a class method. Annotation should be as a class method. And we have seen that on top of this. Okay. So now we can declare class method by using class at the rate of class method annotator, you can say annotator or decorator. It's annotator or decorator, you can say. It's a decorator, it's a one concept. Okay. So for class method we should provide CLS variable, and we have seen that things variable at a time of declaration. Should provide a time of declaration. Let's suppose we have one class. It's okay. Let's suppose we have some class animal. Let's suppose we have some class animal. और एक चीज याद रखना, whenever you are going to declare the class, the first letter should be capital, camel case. You have to follow this. Though it not impact, but it's as a good programmer, it's good thing. So I'm gonna think legs is equal to 4. Animal ke 4 legs. Now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna create a function def walk as a class method. I want to create this walk function as a class method. So here I have to give the CLS and the name that which I want to declare. And now I'm gonna write CLS dot name. Okay, so here I'm gonna write print F stringing I want to do. F string I want to do. I'm gonna write a name like whatever has legs or CLS dot legs. Okay. Okay, nice. That's okay. And I want to consider as a class method. So how we can consider? We can consider with the class method annotator. That's okay. That's okay. Now what I want to do, I want to, okay. Now I'm gonna do one thing. I'm gonna create animal dot walk. Okay. As it's a class method, so we can help with the help of the class. WA. Okay, it should be walk. Walk, and here I'm gonna write dog. Similarly, I can do that with the help of these. Instead of dog, I can write cat. Can you see this? Dog has 4 legs, cat has 4 legs. Does it make sense? Am making sense? Yeah, cool. So we understood the class method. What is that class method? And now we can consider, okay, static variable we understood. Static method also I can discuss more. Like static variable to सबको समझ में आता, right? Which is declared inside of class. Like this is the static variable, right? It's a static variable. Okay. Now we can discuss about the static method as well. Let's discuss about the static variable. Static method. So uh, in general, this method are general method. This method are general method, general utility method. Sorry. Okay. Inside this method, number 2, inside this method, inside this method, we won't use any instance. We won't use any instance or class variable. Okay. Okay. Number 3, whenever you are declaring as any method as a static method, you no need to pass the self reference variable because it's a class level method. So what the use of the self? Self is referring to the current class object, right? So this method itself is the current class object. What is the use of that? So third thing is there we won't provide self or CLS arguments. Okay, self or CLS arguments at the time of declaration. The time of declaration. That's okay. Now let me write that. Let's suppose we have class Rajesh. I'm gonna create my class. Rajesh math. Let's suppose I'm gonna create this class and I'm gonna make it a static method. Static method, I'm gonna create one def add. And I'm gonna write x comma y. It's okay. And that's fine. Now I can say print sum is comma x plus y. That's okay. X plus y. Fine. I'll create one more method at the rate of static method, and I'm gonna create a def product, and here I'm gonna create x comma y, and here I'm gonna print. I will do the copy paste, guys. Sum के बाद ये product is product is x into y. And now if I'll create it, okay, that's fine. Now what I can do, I will directly call here Rajesh math dot add. Here I can pass 4,5, 4,6. It should be 10, and I'm getting 10. I'll call Rajesh math dot product. I can call because we need to create an object to call this kind of function. Okay, with the help of class itself, you can call. Okay, so here I'm gonna pass 4, 2. I'll get 8. Okay, and also if you want to access with the object, you can. Let me see that. Let me see that. Obj is equal to Rajesh math. Here I'm gonna create. That's all. And obj dot add. Okay, what's the use of that? Okay, the 3, 5. It's fine. We are getting 8. So we can call, we can do with the help of with the class name itself and with the object creation. Both the ways working for the static method. But it's recommendable with the class name itself. That's all. That's what we created these things, right? It's a one copy we are creating for the class. And that can be accessible. Okay. Any doubt, guys? Anything? Any doubt? Okay, cool. Okay, if there is no doubt, I'll close the session now today because my battery is getting drained. I couldn't bring that. I have to record the session as well, right? So let me start the recording. Okay, do you guys any doubt? Then feel free unmute yourself and you can